My name is Andres Sandin, and I'm part of the Javelina Sports Information Department. I'm privileged to be alongside Coach Johnny Estelle after an impressive overtime victory against Chadron State, 82-76. So, Coach Estelle, just give me your initial thoughts on tonight's game.
Tonight was about just finding a way to win. I mean, it's a tough turnaround, less than 24 hours. We played extremely hard yesterday. I thought that took a lot out of us. But, we played 12 guys, yesterday. And so, we should, be fresh. But this was a very good team. It presented a different set of issues than mine did yesterday. They were very quick at all positions and really tried to beat you off the bounce, which, gave us a little trouble. But then I think we adjusted down there at the end and made a good adjustment. So I was glad that we was able to come out on the win in overtime.
And I was just going to ask you, I had Isaiah Payne. We're going to get to him here in a little bit, but I know your team was down 10 at the half. What was your message to your team coming out of the break?
Well, it was just about playing our brand of basketball. We was kind of sleepwalking. We was out of rhythm. We just kind of, I don't know. Maybe it was the emotion of Coach Carter Day. I don't know what it was, but a lot of it was Chadron. I got to give those guys credit. Coach did a really good job, man. He's got a good group, man, and they're gonna beat a lot of people. So we were just very fortunate with this young team, a new team, trying to find a way to win.
And as for Isaiah Payne, yesterday we had Dylan Gooding. Now we have Isaiah Payne. I talked to him a little while ago. What's it like seeing your recruit come up big, especially off the bench? 22 points off the bench. That's a lot for in only a second home action. What can you say about his performance tonight?
Isaiah, being new to the system, it takes time, but, I think you have to give credit to those in the system that have taught him and every day up until this point, CJ and Creighton and the other guys that's been in the program, Jake, Marcus, but, he's a talent, he was well coached, come from LSU Eunice. Coach Starks does a great job with his program, and he came highly recommended, and he's now kind of coming to his own. He can do some things with the ball off the bounce that now, CJ every night don't have to do it. Creighton don't have to do it every night. So, we're trying to develop a go-to guy, multiple go-to guys, and I think we're on our way of doing that.
And as for tonight, I know it's Bill Carter Legacy Recognition Night. We saw a lot of your teammates. We saw people from 1992 come in. And I know he was talking a little bit about administration. He had a lot of appreciation for this university. But what was it like, Coach? What was that moment like, showing him that jersey and that plaque, just to thank you for all the good memories, Coach?
There's sometimes in life, there's some people that you can't thank enough, like your parents. You can't thank them enough, for what they do for you. They gave you life. They just, just every day, just a commitment to you. But there's other people that if you, allow them, if you open your gates, per se, is what we say in our program, and let them help you, they could take you places where maybe even your parents can't. And Coach was like that. Coach was a guy that opened up a lot of doors for guys. He was a tough guy, but he was a fair guy. But, he was just committed to you, and I played for him 28 years ago, I think it is, and he's as committed to me and my family right now, this program and everything. Everywhere I've been, he's been supportive, him and Miss Carter for that matter. So at the end of the day, how many people do you have that have that type of unwavering commitment in your life? How many people can you say no matter where you are, they're going to be there? When I lost my father and I looked up who was there, Coach Carter and Miss Bonnie. And a lot of people would send a text, send a call, a card, but he made sure he came to Waco to the service. And to me, I never underestimate, and I don't take that for granted. That is very important to me, and that's the kind of person he is. Relationships are huge.
And my final question for you, Coach. The focus shifts to next Friday. We have a huge game. We have Colorado Mesa coming in. What's the importance of all these regional games early on in the season, Coach?
I think from a regional standpoint, I think it's very important that you, in these crossover games, rather if we're playing the RMAC, or bordering region games, that if we can get a good record in those and then do well in conference, you really set up a resume that can kind of present for postseason play. Even though you think, man, this is the first week of the season, losing a game or winning a game now will come into play later. So this is why it's very important that we're playing at home, and we're playing a team that beat us last year in the tournament. So, they're a well-coached, talented group of young men, so we're going to have our hands full, but we got a week to prepare.
Yes, sir. So, Coach Coach Estelle, my name is Andres Landin, and thank you so much for joining me after an impressive overtime victory. The Hogs are currently 2-0 early on in the season. We'll see you next Friday at 7 p.m. against Colorado Mesa here at the Spec. I'm pretty sure Coach Estelle would like you to join and go support Javelina football here at 7 p.m. against Western Oregon. So, Coach Estelle, thank you so much for joining me, and we'll see you next week.